I have a funny story to tell all of you Chibits real quick. Guess what happened to me today? Guess what happened to me? If you were watching for this review to pop up, and you saw it pop up about probably an hour ago to 30 minutes ago, I don't know when this review will technically be up, guess what I did? It is probably one of the stupidest things I have done in months. Oh my god, I learned a valuable lesson today. If you're one of those lucky 16 people to see that video before I took it down and removed it, good for you. You've probably seen what I'm about to talk about. Before I get into the review, I want to talk about that real quick. Okay, so we know who Dreyfus is. We know who Grimoire is. We know who Hendrickson is and all that kind of stuff, okay? Have you ever been in that situation to where you know who a character is, for instance, like Dreyfus. You know who he is. You know his name. But, or, you know, any character, and instead of calling him that character that specific name, you call him, like, something completely off the walls like Grimoire. The entire review. That's what I did. I called Dreyfus almost the entire review, pretty much the entire review, Grimoire, his son. Chibit fucking slapped me. Just Chibit slapped me. Fucking, what the fuck? What the fuck did... How do I make a mistake like that? How? How do I make a mistake? I'm human, okay? But still, I know who Dreyfus is, I know who Grimoire is, and I know who Hendrickson is. How do I make a mistake like that? No! I don't bet no! How do I call Dreyfus Grimoire? What the fuck is wrong? Okay. I was tired, I woke up, and I instantly saw the new chapter, and I reviewed it while I was tired. That's probably what it was. I guess I act like a drunk man while I'm tired. But what the fuck? How do I call Dreyfus Grimoire the entire fucking review? I uploaded it, and I don't even realize it. Listen, I don't even realize that I was making a mistake with the dude's name even till after I uploaded it. I edited the fucking video, and I did not catch that until after it was uploaded. Oh my god. Oh god. That's enough. That's enough. Let's talk about this chapter, okay? So that's an epic fail. That is a fucking epic fail. It really is. So anyways, okay, this chapter. First things right off the bat I want to talk about is Hendrickson and Dreyfus. Not Grimoire, Dreyfus. Oh my god. Hendrickson is a freaking monster. Oh. He just crushes in Grimoire, not Dreyfus, Grimoire's head in with his fucking elbow. And you just see his face convulge in, break in, and fly off. Oh my god, the speed. And then you see Dreyfus, he's like, and he starts to slice that freaking Hendrickson and all that. You see his sword just break in half. Oh my god. And then you just see Hendrickson holding his blade, like the little bits and pieces of his blade. Oh, that was badass. Hendrickson, man. He's fucking kick ass. Okay. Hendrickson, man, is just so good. He is so freaking good. He's such a badass villain. He really is. I mean, his entire character design, he looks so fucking buff, dude. Like, I mean, his abs, okay? You could grind meat on those fucking abs. They're just that freaking massive. I mean, oh my god, you just see the blackness coming off and all that, and it just... He's a monster, okay? He's just a monster. I mean, one thing I like about this chapter at the beginning, I really, really enjoyed, was seeing how Hendrickson noticed Dreyfus's, like, willpower faltering. For instance, he realized when Hendrickson was rushing over to Elizabeth as she's bleeding out, you see, you know, Hendrickson noticed Dreyfus, he's like, oh, and he breaks out the shield, and then quickly elbows, like, under a snap, like, quickly, in a snap, crushes Grimoire's face in and launches Dreyfus' son way off there. And I was like, oh my god. And then just the speed of Hendrickson to be able to do something like that was just outright stunning. And one thing I do want to say is, as I mentioned in my review I uploaded and failed to catch, I'll say it again, pretty much, it's understandable how, I guess, Dreyfus faltered with his willpower. As we know, his willpower, if you know, he has straight up absolute willpower, and he, you know, dictates it, you know, like he said last chapter and way before in the past, you know, he can have absolute magic and control. He blocked in Hendrickson. But, I mean, with the emotional stress he went through in this chapter, for instance, you know, hitting the princess, Okay, the princess he's sworn to protect, seeing his son's face crushed in and flying off in the distance, and seeing his blade crushed in Hendrickson's hand as he's trying his all to fight, just completely probably kills all emotional morale that he probably had inside of him and probably crushed his willpower, and now he's pretty much fucked. Game over. Game over for Dreyfus. Enough said. Seriously, it's game over. It's obvious. Thing is, will Dreyfus die? The Seven Deadly Sins isn't a type of series to have friendship powers. It's not. I mean, this is a shonen if you look at the end of the day, okay? But I mean, still, I highly doubt that a character, is exempt from dying. I mean, Dreyfus most likely could die. And I wonder if he will die. I mean, since he technically has a lot of sins pounded upon him for the things he's done in the past, I wonder if he will die to, Hendrickson. Now, besides that entire moment, okay, I do want to talk about one specific thing that happened this chapter, and it'll probably get a lot of fanboys and fangirls really riled up in this chapter. Bon and Jericho. Oh my god. That was by far a shocking panel of this chapter. I did not expect a panel like that, and I'm definitely shipping those two. I am shipping it all the fucking way. I mean, Bon needs to move past his dead girlfriend. Let's just be honest. He needs to move past King's sister, and he needs to move on to someone else. And Jericho, with this chapter, seems like the good first step for Bon to go with another girl. For instance, I mean, Jericho has known Bon since pretty much the beginning of this manga, and we've seen a lot of strife between them, and I mean, with how you see Bon just holding her in the ending of this chapter, it was so badass. And one thing you gotta look, if you look at the chapter very closely, you will see Bon grabbing some opie. Oh god. Anyways, the fan service that, I was just like, holy hell, the art was great. And I was shocked about it. I was really shocked. I mean, this is definitely a good step for Bon if he does get with Jericho or he falls in love with her, because, I mean, she now no longer has her holy not powers. For instance, she is weak. She's like a regular civilian now. So, I mean, Bon technically needs to protect her and stuff, so most likely you might do something like that. Now, I do want to compliment a couple of Chibits that actually mentioned it a couple chapters back. Now, they stated that most likely Bon, with his power, that he could probably, take out the demons from people. Like how we saw what he did in this chapter with Jericho. He stole the demon from her, and in turn, it freed her from that demon. And so, pretty much with this reveal, Bon can, stop every demon, like, in that town right now. And so, the demons are pretty much not a threat. They're non-existent, and they're weak compared to Bon now. So, demons are just weak. I mean, not demons in general. I'm talking about, these holy knights that are being transformed into demons. Pretty much Bon is OP against them. He can just rip out the demons, and then you have King cutting them up. Besides that, I do want to mention another thing. Hellbrom. That scene was very emotional. I'm just going to be straight out honest. That was a very emotional scene, and I feel very bad for King, because he's had to kill his friend 3 times, and I'm kind of upset that the mangaka decided to cut out the entire scene where King kills Hellbrom the 3rd time. I mean, I understand we've seen it, already twice, but I thought it would have had more emotional impact. But one thing that did have emotional impact, when you see the King grab Hellbrom's helmet, and he looks at it, it has so much sentimental value to King, and it has so much meaning to Hellbrom, that I, think that most likely King might start wearing it. I want to be honest. So, it's a very sad chapter, an awesome chapter in different aspects. Oh yes, I do want to bring up one more thing though before I end this review. Pretty much, last chapter, I failed to mention it pretty much. You know how Dreyfus falls over, and he makes that colossal failure where he hurts Elizabeth? Well, the thing is, okay, a lot of people said that he tripped, and it looks like he tripped, but you gotta take in for account the certain events that happened last chapter. We saw, acid all around Dreyfus, okay? And what does acid usually do? Think about that, okay? Dreyfus may have had his willpower dictates that he's badass, okay? Like last chapter. But, I mean, it doesn't stop the ground from having acid all over it. And so I feel like the acid from last chapter, made the ground, weaker, and it caused in turn for the ground to give out when, Dreyfus walked on. That's exactly why he slipped. That's why I think, that happened. I highly doubt Dreyfus would make a mistake that colossal. That was a bad fucking mistake. I mean, that was one of the worst mistakes I have seen in a long time. So, personally, tell me your thoughts about this chapter. What do you feel about Hendrickson and his badass moves and his rape face? What do you feel about Dreyfus, losing his willpower? Do you think he's screwed over? What do you think about Grimoire? Do you think his face is going to be beyond fixing after he gets fucked up by Hendrickson? Tell me your thoughts. Do you think Meliodas is going to be able to save Grimoire and Dreyfus before Hendrickson finishes them off? Let me know in the comments below. And hopefully I don't make a mistake like I did earlier today. I still want to be slapped. That was just so bad. That was so fucking bad. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, Chibis, or anyone that saw that. I pissed you off. I am so sorry. So anyways, I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.